Hello. Welcome to a mixed level yoga class designed for you people at home who are sheltering in place, who may not have props, you may not have blocks, you may not have straps, but probably you have a blanket, or if not a blanket, a thick, sturdy towel, a beach towel that's nice and big and sturdy, or maybe even, lap blankets or things like that that you can fold up so that you can use to sit on, to put underneath of your knees, to put underneath of whatever you need support on. I'm going to try to teach without blocks. I'm going to teach without blocks. And if you need a block, blocks you can buy in all sorts of sizes and shapes, all right? And so you can have those if you want. You can also stack a couple of books, all right? So you can make, if you will, your own makeshift blocks. So we took care of the, and then straps, you could use like a robe strap. You could use a belt, just to help to support. So belts and blocks and blankets are pretty standard. If we're going to be not able to go to the studio for a while, you may want to invest in a mat, a blanket, 2 blocks, and a strap. Just a suggestion. All right, so let's get started. This is going to be a mixed level class, and let's just do it. All right, so first of all, sitting comfortably, sit on your blanket or on the floor. And if you need to sit on a chair, you can also sit on a chair, especially as we sit on the floor. All right, so we want to open the hips first. So lean over to your left hip, inwardly rotate your right upper inner thigh, grab a hold of your buttock and your buttock bone, your sit bone, and pull everything out, back, and set it down. You're opening up the whole hip. You'll notice the right knee comes lower to the earth. All right, do the same thing on the left. Open up the hips, open up the sit bones, and you'll sit more comfortably. And you can place your fingertips on the earth beside you, which helps you to ground down through the legs, ground down through the fingertips, and lift up right here from your breastbone, your chest, the center of your chest, and your collarbones. It's as if you're being lifted up from the collarbones, and as if there were a string on the top of your head, and the big universe is pulling your head upwards so your spine is nice and long. And then you can take a nice breath in, and as you exhale right here on these side ribs, just allow them to soften back a little bit. They just go back a little bit to help to integrate all of the spine. Then once you're sitting comfortably, please feel free to place your hands on your thighs and close your eyes, or softly focus on them if you don't want to close them completely. And so we just begin. Just start by noticing your breath. As you inhale and exhale through your nose, become aware that as the breath moves in and out, there's movement in your body. So as you inhale, notice where in your body you feel the sense of expansion, of opening. And as you exhale, notice that there's this gentle release. As the air leaves, the energy stays in, you're full, but you let go of what you no longer need. Each inhale and each exhale is a reminder that we're alive, we're here, we're in this space. We breathe in the energy of life and we feel fullness. And then as we exhale, we let go of anything that doesn't serve us. And then please bring your palms together at your heart center. This is called Anjali Mudra. It's a gesture of offering, of centering. And once again, we come together at the heart space as we start the class. So one hand represents the body, the other the mind. They come together at the heart. And this is how we start. Yoga is about integration. We integrate body, mind, and heart. And as our thumbs rest on our heart, our fingertips point up towards something bigger, the universe. And we're reminded that we're part of something bigger. And so as we start today, mindful that we're in a stressful time, a time where we really know not what will happen. Every day, there's something new. And more, we'll find that we probably will be mostly at home, staying safe. So this is where yoga serves us. We come back to our body, we come back to our breath, and we come right here, right now, nowhere else. You just notice how it feels to be, to breathe, and to be alive. And then we'll start the class with one Om. Om is the sound of all of life. It's vibrational. There's an ah, u, 3 syllables that all sort of meld together into this one vibrational sound, symbolizing all of life, beginning, middle, and end. So, in preparation, first of all, just exhale fully and then inhale. And then exhale again. And after your next inhale, please join me or simply listen. And on your next exhale, feel free to bow your head towards your heart. Release your hands to your thighs. Softly lift your head and open your eyes. And here we are. All right, so just notice which of your legs is in front if you're sitting in Sukhasana, simple seated pose, or Siddhasana with your heels more lined up. Notice what legs are in front, and then just take the legs out and just do a little seated windshield wipers just to kind of open things up. And then cross your legs in your second favorite way. All right, so the other legs in front. And again, if you need to open your hips, every time we change when we sit, the body kind of wants to go back to what it knows. So if you can open it up, we'll become more grounded. And this is what we want to do today. If there's a theme, it's going to be grounding. We're going to be really connected to the earth. So that we bring ourselves into this space. All right, so take your right hand out to the right. You can be on your fingers, all right? Fingertips, turn your left palm up, take a nice breath in, bring your left arm up, and then you may walk your right hand out a little bit, and if you keep your arms in this long sort of a T, you're going to be able to lengthen through your arms, as if you're connected to the ground on the right hand, push your arm, and you're lifting up through your left hand, fingertips up, nice long stretch from the whole left side body, from your pits to your hips, yeah, nice and long. And we take a few breaths in there, just a nice few breaths. As you inhale, there's a sense of lift. As you exhale, a sense of release, but staying energetically full. Good, inhale, come back up. Left hand touches the earth, right arm up, and then exhale over to the other side. And just feel how good it feels to be in your body, to breathe, to feel the energetic connection, your breath, your body, movement. Good, and then do that 2 more times with your breath. Inhale back up, exhale to the right. Inhale back up and exhale to the left. So we're creating more space in the secondary breathing muscles, the intercostal muscles between the ribs. Makes everything easier. And we want to get lots of breath moving in this time of, the virus, right? We want a coronavirus. We just want to get everything nice and open. Good. All right, let's do a beginning twist, but change the cross of your legs again. So we change the cross, open up the hips if that's what's needed. All right, so now this is an opening twist. So we're not trying to go really deep. We don't want to bind because that's really a deeper twist. We want to do an opening twist using the spine and the core. All right, so on the inhale, the arms come up into the T. As you exhale, turn the left palm up, place the left forearm inside the left knee, bring the right hand behind you, take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, soften the left ribs back and twist a little bit towards the right. as you're pressing left hand against left leg, you get more support and opening into the core. Good. On your next inhale, come back, arms in the T. Exhale, left hand down to the mat, right hand inside the right leg. Inhale, get really tall. Exhale, twist towards the left from your right side ribs. Feels nice to twist. Twist clears everything out. Good, then inhale, come back 2 more times at your own breathing pace. Inhale, arms are up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, arms are up. Exhale, twist. 1 more time each side. Inhale to the T. Exhale, twist. Inhale to the T. Exhale, twist. Good, inhale, come all the way back. Exhale, bring your hands back down. All right, now let's come onto the hands and knees and warm up the spine a little more. So we warmed up the side ribs, the back, the core. Let's get a little bit more movement, and we'll warm up the hips and the shoulders a little bit more. So come to the table, knees slightly back of the hips, and maybe as slightly, the same width as the hips are a little wider. Hands slightly forward of the shoulders and maybe a little wider. If you're able, turn your toes under, as that'll open up the back of the lower leg. You may come down to your toenails, but if you do, spread your toes really wide. Good. All right, so cat-cows. All right, so on the inhale, tailbone lifts, heart space lifts. So the inhale, tailbone comes up, heart lifts, and you just look towards the front of your neck. Rather than lifting the head up high, just look towards the front of your neck. Then on the exhale, lift right here, okay? Lift the back of the waist, look down between your thumbs. This gets into the core. If you're puffing up into the shoulders and neck, can you hear how the voice gets all, it's really tight up there. So inhale, let it be gentle, heart lifts, tailbone lifts. Exhale, lift the back of your waist and just look down towards the mat, kind of between your thumbs. All right, so a few more times. Inhale, cow, it's a back bend. Exhale, cat, forward bend. One more time. Inhale, cow, and exhale, cat. All right, now we're going to add something to it. We're going to make a little warm-up flow back to the table, neutral. All right, so inhale, cow. Exhale, walk your fingertips forward about 4 or 5 inches. Come up on your fingertips. And then don't try to take your hips back to the heels. You're just going to go back, hips slightly back of your knees, couple inches back. And this is extended puppy. Your ears may line up with your upper inner arms. And this is essentially downward facing dog bend, you see? All right, then you walk your hands back to table position. Inhale, cow. Exhale, fingertips forward as you come into puppy again. And again, a couple more times. Inhale. So we're letting the breath. This is dynamic movement. Inhale, you're breathing in, back bend, exhale, forward bend. Good. All right, so then once you've done a few of those, now we're going to add the third pose to it. Well, cat-cow is probably, I consider it 1, but that's 2. So now we'll add the 4th one, all right? So cow, all right, instead of cat, puppy. Good. Now place just the palms flat, nothing else changes. And on your inhale, if you can resist coming through the table, simply straighten your legs into downward facing dog, knees bent. Then as you exhale, from the back of your heart, press into the earth and try to take your hips even higher. Don't worry about locking the legs or getting really long legs. We're working on core and strength here. Good, inhale, come back down, repeat the sequence. Cow on your inhale. Extended puppy on your exhale. Palms flat, inhale, up, down dog. Exhale, grow long in your dog. And one more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, extended puppy. Palms down, inhale, up into down dog. Exhale, grow long in your dog. Good, inhale again, and exhale, come all the way down. Good. All right, so now let's do some lunges. So what do you do if you need blocks and you don't have blocks? And I have knee things, so you're going to always see me on my knees with a blanket under my knees. So I strongly suggest that for anybody who has knees, which is like everybody, because it's a joint, and you don't want to put weight on a joint that's not having some support. So blanket under the knees is good. All right, so we'll start. Just for now, it's kind of a mixed level, and you can do the lunge any way that you want. But if, for example, you don't have blocks, but you like to use blocks, take one of your dining room chairs and put the chair here. And then as you inhale, you'll take the right foot forward. And then as you exhale, you can come up into the lunge. So you can use a chair to support your hands. Okay, if you don't need the chair, you can have your hands on the mat. All right, and hands generally lining up right inside, right up with the ankle. Legs back, all right, and then squeeze your upper inner thighs towards each other for lunge. Good, and then let's change legs. Bring your left leg down, right leg back. Same thing other side. Left leg forward. Feel free to use the chair if that feels good, or hands to the earth if that feels good. Lunge, side two. Square off your hips. Take the left hip back. Bring the right hip slightly forward. That's going to bring you into a nice long lunge. Good. All right, come down, change legs. All right, so if that works for you, fine. Another way to do lunge is we'll do it from standing. Otherwise, you can do the lunges just like we did. All right, so we can do sort of a half sun salutation, if you will, modification. All right, so stand first. Everybody stand first in mountain pose. All right, so feet, outer hip width apart usually works out well. All right, hands by your side. Now, to engage the feet, to make you really nicely strong and grounded, lift all 10 toes. Lift and spread your toes. All right, then isometrically squeeze the legs as a unit towards each other. Place a little bit of weight into the heels and then slowly lower your toes down without losing that integration of the legs and hips. Then turn your palms facing backwards. Take a nice breath in as you inhale. Lift up through the heart space and turn your palms forward. That's going to put your shoulder blades on your back. And then allow your hands to just rest. And this is mountain pose. So first, mountain pose. All right, and then come to the front of your mat, hands at your heart. And let's inhale, arms up. This is called upward facing arms, Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, take your hands out to the side. You may swan dive down if you want. Again, you can have hands on the chair if you're used to using blocks, or you can come down, hands grounded on something. Hands on above your knees, below your knees, your ankles, the floor. Just don't hang. That's hard on your low back. All right, then we're going to do a couple of offerings, pranams, they're called. All right, so many people inhale and get long this way. That's fine. But if you inhale, bring your hands up to your knees, come halfway up, and your heart lifted. You're really going to feel how you work the legs and lengthen the hamstrings. Now, you don't want to shift back. You want to stay here. Good. Exhale, you come back down. 2 more times. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, touch the earth, or blocks, or chair. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back down. All right, now let's do a lunge from here. So we're going to step left leg back, straight leg lunge. Now from there, inhale, bring your hands up to the top of the right thigh. Good, and then hands to your hips, fingertips forward, thumbs back, heart lifted. All right, if that feels good, take the thumbs to the tops of the shoulders and lift the arms up for Alanasana, crescent lunge. Good, then if you want to work a little more core, keep pressing back into this back leg, lengthen there. Good, with your arms up. Now, keep pressing back as you come forward, almost if you were a downward facing dog, upper body to your hips again. And this is going to make you work the core. Good, exhale, bring your hands back down. Take a nice breath in, step back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Down dog. Such a good pose, such a great pose. It's an all-over great strengthener shoulders, legs, everything. Good, now we're going to step the left leg forward. All right, so inhale, feel free to bring the left leg up if that feels good. Then exhale, bend the knee in towards your chest, shift your weight forward as if you were doing a plank, and step that left leg all the way forward. All right, so now you're in lunge, side 2. All right, from there, as you inhale, bring your hands up to the top of the left thigh, pause. Bring your hands to your hips, fingertips forward, thumbs back. And then you may stay there, or thumbs to the tops of your shoulders, arms up, and you're in Avanasana, crescent lunge, side 2. Good. All right, you take a few breaths there. Then as you exhale, again, press back into the back leg so you stay grounded, even as you come forward and you're stretching nice and long. Good, exhale, hands back down, and once again, step back, downward facing dog. Good, at the top of your inhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Again, for this lovely sense of grounding. All right, so you're firmly in your legs. And then to come back up, hands on your hips, you can come halfway up. Fingertips forward, thumbs back, come up even a little higher than halfway up. If you want to get in touch with the back of your leg, you'll feel it, your legs. But inhale, pressing your hips, lead with the heart, come all the way up. Reach all the way up. Exhale, hands at your heart. Good. All right, so now let's do a few standing poses. All right, so we do a little warm-up, kind of a half sun salutation sort of a thing. All right, take a nice wise stance. All right, so standing poses, as far as grounding and feeling connected to the earth, standing poses, which is what this practice is going to be today, mostly standing poses, will really make you feel connected to the earth. They are grounding. You get into the feet, into the legs, into the hips. There's this sense of solidity. And that's what is really good in times of stress. All right. So first of all, we'll go to the right first. All right. So step your left heel back a half an inch or so. That gives you more internal rotation on this left leg and opens the left hip. All right. Turn your right foot out 90 degrees. All right, good. Take your hands by your sides. Now, as you inhale, bring your arms in front, and then like you're tossing away anything you don't need. You bring in the good stuff, you throw out what you don't need, and your shoulder blades are on your back when you do this. As you exhale, turn just your palms down. Good, take a nice breath in. As you exhale, ground down into this left leg, bend your right knee, look over your right arm. All right, Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So you're steady in your legs, you're steady in your arms, and you're really just connecting to the energy of being. Feel the power when you are strong, connected to the earth. The whole body just reverberates with this sense of wonderful connection. Good, then if that feels fine, let's take it a little further. Take your left hand down to your left thigh, turn your right palm up. Take a nice breath in, and then as you inhale, right arm comes up, and then left arm can come back, and you're doing reverse Virabhadrasana 2. And enjoy your breath. Good, on your inhale, come back up. Bring your right forearm, palm up, onto your right thigh, left hand to your left hip. Now, you're welcome to take the hand down to the ground if you're at that place. You can also use a block underneath of that hand if you have a block. Good. Then take the left thumb to the top of the left shoulder. Shoot that left arm towards the upper corner of the room for Parsvakonasana variation. Extended side angle. All right, another strong grounding pose. Enjoying your breath. Now, when you can breathe and be comfortable here, you know everything is okay. Good, now we're going to come right from here into triangle. So take your left arm up, straighten your right leg, and then you can take your hand down, holding on wherever you want. You can have your hand above the knee or below the knee, on the ankle, or onto the ground, or onto a block. All right? And this, again, a lovely grounded pose. If you want, you can look up towards the hand. Otherwise, you just sort of look forward and can say hi to all of us. All right, so triangle. Now to come up, if you have any balance issues, it helps to look down towards the leg first, okay? If not, you can press into the leg, let the universe help you come back up, bend your knees, and then you may stay here, or just before we do side two, you can squiggle your feet in, heel toe, good for your hip. That moves the thigh bone in the hip socket. Come back to the center. All right, let's do the other side. All right, so again, take a wide stance. Now, how wide should that stance be? It depends, but the wider, you don't want it so wide that you're unstable or so close that you feel like you can't move. So there's a place between those. But a guideline would be to take your hands and arms out, and wherever your wrists are is about where your ankles should be. So I can't tell, that looks about right. Yeah, that feels pretty good. All right, so that's a good way to sort of measure a wide stance. All right, let's go to the left this time. So step your right heel back a little bit. That helps you to open up again this right hip. Turn your left foot out to 90 degrees. Good. Take your hands, inhale. Again, take a nice breath in. Feel that you're breathing in from the universe. You're feeling that strength coming in. And as you exhale, you let go of what you don't need. And palms come down. Good. Breathe in. We breathe in as we go into a pose. As we exhale, we're going to bend this front knee. And you look over the front knee and the front hand. Warrior two to the left. Again, strong. Warriors are strong, whatever their cause. So be strong, feel the strength. As we do just a few breaths. And of course, you can hold these poses much longer should you choose to. Good, then as you're ready, take your right hand down to the right thigh, turn your left palm up, breathe in, and then exhale, let's go. So go on to side two. And as much as you're able, keeping that left knee bent, so the left thigh is more parallel towards the earth, if that's possible for you. And you breathe in reverse, warrior two. Good, on your inhale, come back up, left forearm to left thigh, right hand to your right hip, just to test it out, see how you feel. Good place to stop, good place to sort of assess, suss it out. All right, then again, you can take this left hand down, or you keep it on the left thigh, take the right thumb to the top of the right shoulder, shoot that arm towards the other corner of the right. Extended side angle, side to Utthita, Parsvakonasana. And again, a few breaths here, just feel good. Good, then as you're ready, let's come to triangle. Right arm comes up, straighten the left leg, place the left hand above the knee, below the knee, depending on your degree of flexibility, or on the ankle, or on the floor. You can come to the floor, whatever feels good to you today. Now again, this is a tricky one with the head and neck. I've got some neck issues, so I mostly just sort of look forward. If it works for you to turn your head up and look towards your hand, that's fine too. Whatever works for you. But just, you know, the cardinal rule in yoga is no pain ever. So if something doesn't feel good, don't do it. All right, to come back up, either look down for support, or as you inhale, press into the earth, ground into the earth. Bring the hands back up, turn the feet parallel, and heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Back to standing forward bend. All right, so let's do a balance pose. All right, so balance poses are nice if you have something to hold on to. Some days you have more balance, other days you don't. All right, so let's do Vrikshasana, tree pose. All right, so standing in mountain, again, every pose starts with mountain pose. No matter where you're bending or moving, you want the energy of this connection to the earth and this expansion up to something bigger. Yeah, so that's what we want in every pose, that you can feel the mountain behind every pose. So mountain pose, all right? Then shift your weight. So when we walk, we shift weight. So just see how that feels. You can sort of feel, you're not trying to bend the leg, you're not trying to shift the hip, you're just shifting weight, okay? Once you shift that weight, shift it onto the right leg. Go with the ball of the left foot, open the whole left hip. All right, so you're turning open at the hip. This is a hip open as well as this lovely standing balance pose. Excuse me. You may keep this left foot on the ground, okay, especially if your balance is a little off. You can bring the left foot against the right ankle, left foot against the left shin, up calf, my bad. All right, and then if you want, you can bring the left foot all the way up to the upper inner left thigh. Okay, all right, and then hands on your hips if that feels good. Hands on your heart if that feels good. Or grow your limbs, grow your branches. Yeah, tree pose. Now as you inhale, feel the strength in the legs. Yeah, see how it feels today? Good. Feel the strength. It's okay, you go out of it, you go back in it. No matter who you are, there are days where that's just not working as well for you. It's okay, we're all human, and we do what we can each day. Good, as you exhale, hands back down, you can turn that leg, come back, all right, side two. And you'll notice, there's usually one side that's a little easier for you than the other. Very normal, it's normal for all of us. All right, so as you're ready, shift your weight to the left this time so that you can lift the right foot. Come up on the ball of the right foot. Open up the whole hip. All right, stay there if that feels good. Bring the right foot to the right ankle, right foot to the right foot to the left ankle, right foot to the left calf, or right foot to the upper inner left thigh. Hands to heart. All right, so now, you can start with hands on your hips. You may keep them there. Wherever you put your hands is fine. What helps you balance? Yeah, so there's one thing I know about yoga, after doing it, teaching it for 20 years, pardon me, is that there are few hard, fast rules. So much of it is, it depends. All right, so as you're ready, you can grow these arms up, tree. Good, then as you're ready, hands down, bring your leg back down. All right, I'm good. I just have allergies. Hold on 1 second, please. That's better. All right, so now take a nice wide stance. All right, so we're just going to do a nice forward bend to sort of start to bring it together. All right, so another wide angle, wide legs, wide stance. Excuse me, take a nice breath in. Now, from here, inhale, turn your palms up. All right, bring the pinky finger side right to where your legs meet your trunk. All right, that's your groin area. We want that soft, and to help, that's the hip crease that you want to hinge from. So take your pinky finger, take it into where your leg meets your trunk, legs meet your trunk. Press back as you hinge forward. Good, and then you can bring your hands, you can hold onto your thighs if you come halfway. You can hold onto your legs. You can hold onto your ankles. You can even bring the hands down in front of you. All right, make sure that your feet are engaged. So this is a pose where people tend to sort of forget about the feet, but you want to keep the feet engaged so that you're pressing evenly through either the 4 points of your feet, big toe ball, little toe ball, inner and outer heel, or the 3 points of your feet, big and little toe balls. All right, and then the center right back behind the heel, just that center area. So see what works better for you. And then if you'd like, you may come into a forward fold a little more. So you can bend your elbows and you can come down. You come down to wherever it is that you're able to touch, or you can put a block underneath of your head, a pillow underneath of your head, or you just come to where it feels comfy. All right, so Ardha Padottanasana, a wide angle, standing forward bend. Good, so after a few breaths there, then bend your knees and heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, back to standing forward bend. And to come up safely, walk your hands up until you can bring your hands to your hips, fingertips forward, thumbs back. That helps to keep the upper arm open. Take the elbows up. As you inhale, press into your legs and lead with your heart. Come all the way up and exhale, hands at your heart. All right, so now we're going to come down, just to come down a little bit for a few things on the ground. All right, again, you may sit on a blanket if that feels good to you or not. So bound angle, Baddha Konasana, we're going to please bring the 4 corners of your feet, the 4 points of your feet together. All right, and again, that's big and little toe ball, inner and outer heel. And have your hands behind you. And this keeps you lifted upright. All right, so hands behind you, feet together. Then as you inhale, press through the 4 corners of the feet and isometrically, that's moving without moving, isometrically drag your feet towards you, keeping that. As you exhale, try to pull your feet apart, which is how you open your hips. So you're pressing the feet, dragging them in at the same time, trying to pull them apart, but don't let them come apart. That's going to work your legs, yeah? So bound ankle. Excellent. All right, and then let's do a nice little twist, just seated twist. All right, so keep your feet together until they turn up on their own as you come out. You can, again, do this little seated windshield wiper. The seated pose we're doing here, if you were to sit up straight, is seated staff pose, which is Dandasana, staff pose, all right? And so now we're going to bring the feet back, all right, and then sit. So you're seated here with, this is Sunbather pose, all right? So you can have your knees bent, feet in front of you, hands back behind to support you to keep your heart open. All right, then shift your legs so that your knees are pointing to the right. And what you do with this top leg, this left leg, depends on your flexibility. You can have the knees sort of like so, just sort of, just like we did when we just let the legs come. You can also fix it so that the left foot lies inside the right sole of the right foot, the arch, yeah? You can also take the legs out wider, which is like a Z pose. So it depends on your degree of flexibility, where you want to be. I'll just try to sort of be here today. All right, so we'll take a nice breath in, get really long. With every twist, you want to lengthen first before you twist. So we're going to get really, really long. And then on your exhale, your right hand's back by your right hip. You can bring this left arm onto the right knee. You might even be able to have the left palm down on the earth underneath the right knee. And then you're just twisting. You can either look to the right or you can look over this left shoulder. So, Bharadvajasana, pose of the sage, Bharada. All right, Bharadvajasana. So a nice little twist to kind of clear things out. On your next inhale, lift up through the crown of your head, release your left arm, come back as you exhale. All right, bring the feet back to the front again. You can do the little, same little seated windshield wiper just to get everything back. When you twist, things shift. So you want to come back to a neutral place before you do side shift. All right, let's do the little sunbather prep. And then shift your knees to the left. And again, you can do whatever you do with the feet or legs, it depends upon what you want to do. There are all sorts of ways you've seen it done. You may do that way, so I'll do this one on this side. I'll put the right foot inside the left sole of the foot, all right? Left hand's back behind you. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, twist to the left this time. Feel free to place the palm, the right palm on the ground. And again, you can look to the left if that feels good, or you may look to the right. So, Bharadvajasana, side two, lovely twist. Good. On your inhale, come all the way back to the center. Right arm can come back, shift your legs, stretch the legs out again, open your hips if you need to by doing that little initial move that we did. All right, then one more time, bring the soles of the feet together. You always want to finish up with a symmetrical pose, okay? So coming back to the center once again to bound angle. And then if you'd like, you can bring your hands to your heart. And just notice how you feel. Notice your breath. And you sense the energy in your body from your practice, an active practice, as we cool down and come to the end now. And then please release your hands and come onto your back. All right, so you're going to lie down on your back. Shavasana or corpse pose is I consider it the next to the last pose in class, because after Shavasana, the way I teach and so many of my peers is that we come back once again to where we started and just notice what's different. So for purposes of the online video, I'm not going to put you in Shavasana for 10 minutes and have a silent recording for 10 minutes. Instead, I'm going to suggest that you lie on your back in corpse pose, which looks like this in case you're not sure. Okay, you're lying on your back, legs are out. Basically right here, if you were to lie down in mountain pose, this is what it looks like. But in corpse pose, you just want to let the legs kind of relax, hands by your side, palms up, and you're just lying here relaxed. All right, so that's your goal. If you have low back issues, then you definitely want to put a blanket or something under the backs of your knees to support you. If you have shoulder and neck issues, you may want to have a little washcloth or something back behind your head or neck to support you. So whatever you need to be comfy as you lie on your back. And if lying on your back is not good for you, you're welcome to lie, on the side that works best for you. So please, lie on your back, lie on your side, do what you need, and come into Shavasana. All right, and then I'll lead you through just a little, just taking you into it. And then I'm going to turn off the recording when I have everybody in Shavasana. But I'll be here to bring you back out of it if you're attending the class right now. So please lie on your back. Make sure that you're warm. When your belly, hands, and feet are warm, your body can more easily relax. So you may want to put a light covering on, or your socks, or a little jacket or something. And then as you lie on the earth, simply feel into your body. Soften the corners of your eyes, the corners of your mouth. Soften that little valley between the nose and the cheeks. Release any tension in your forehead. Let your ears release to the earth. Feel your hair and scalp heavy, releasing to the earth. Let your tongue relax, your jaw relax. The sides of your throat release to the earth. Feel the heaviness of your arms and your legs. Feel the softness of your skin and body as your muscles release towards the earth. You may notice that your breath has become very quiet as your body senses this deep relaxation. And then simply be. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, but be. Namaste.